So, what if I told you that you could totally transform your classroom discussions and get every single student to participate using just one simple routine? Well, today, we're unlocking a really powerful framework that does exactly that. Let's get into it.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You come up with this perfect, thought-provoking question. You toss it out to the class, and crickets. Just silence. Or, maybe the same 2 or 3 hands shoot up like always. It's a universal frustration for pretty much any educator.
And that right there, that's the classic unstructured discussion problem. When we just throw a question out into the wild, we're not always setting our students up for success. And honestly, the result is kind of predictable.
What happens is the most confident students, they jump right in. Meanwhile, the quieter students, they never even get a chance to get their thoughts in order. And before you know it, the whole conversation has gone completely off the rails. It ends up being a chat that just lacks focus and, more importantly, any real evidence that learning is happening.
But what if a simple, structured routine could solve all of this? Well, there is one, and it's called the Think, Pair, Share, Square framework. Let's call it TPSS for short.
So what is it, really? Well, at its heart, TPSS is a structured talk routine, and its goals are super clear. Number 1, improve the quality of the answers you get from students. And number 2, dramatically boost participation across the entire class. Okay, so why does this 4-step process work so darn well? It's all because it strategically builds in the time and the support that's needed for quality thinking to actually happen. So it really boils down to 3 huge wins for your classroom. First, it gives every single student time to think and then to rehearse their answer with a partner. That's a game changer. Second, it provides this natural support or a scaffold for students who might need it most. And third, all of this prep time means you get much higher quality answers when it's time to share with the whole group. All right, enough hype. How does it actually work? Let's break down the 4 steps you can literally start using in your classroom tomorrow.
And here they are, the 4 deceptively simple steps. Think, pair, share, and square. Now let's look at exactly what happens in each one of these phases.
It all starts here, with silence. After you pose your question, you give your students a dedicated, timed period for individual thought. This part is absolutely non-negotiable. It's where the magic really begins. And don't be afraid to be this direct with your instructions. Setting a really clear expectation of silence makes sure that everyone gets that crucial processing time without being influenced or interrupted by anybody else. Next up, students turn to a partner. But, and this is important, this is not just a casual chat. It is highly structured. One person speaks, and the other person's explicit job is just to listen. Then they switch roles. This makes sure that everybody speaks and everybody listens. And again, your instructions can be incredibly precise. Using a timer here keeps the energy up and guarantees that both partners get an equal amount of time to share their initial thoughts. No one person dominates the conversation. Okay, now we move to the whole group. But instead of just asking for volunteers, which gets you those same 3 hands, you, the teacher, select pairs to share what they discussed. This is a key moment for building in accountability. And this is the brilliant final step. 2 pairs join up, forming a group of 4. Now, their task isn't just to share their ideas, it's to synthesize them, to actually discuss, debate, and agree on the single best answer to your original question. You see, this simple instruction pushes students towards a much higher level of thinking. They don't just get to share their opinion, they have to justify their choice and provide a reason. This is where real collaboration and refinement happen. So those are the 4 basic steps. That's the recipe. But now, let's look at how you can add even more structure to take this method from good to truly great. You can totally supercharge this by doing things like providing sentence stems to help students phrase their thoughts, or giving them crystal clear success criteria for what a good answer even looks like. You can even assign specific roles within the pairs or squares. Now this simple phrase, "I'm going to cold call a pair," is so key for building positive accountability. By letting students know you'll be calling on a pair to share, you make sure they stay engaged. See, it's not about putting one student on the spot, it's about holding the partnership accountable for their discussion. Now, to make sure this all runs smoothly, let's cover a few common mistakes people make. The good news? They are all incredibly easy to fix. Pitfall number 1, not using a timer. Seriously, without one, the pair and square discussions can easily just drift into casual chat. The solution is simple. Use a timer for every single phase. It keeps the conversation focused and maintains a really productive pace.
The second mistake is having zero accountability. If students think they can hide in the background, some of them might. So the crucial point here is that using techniques like cold calling a pair isn't about being mean. It's about communicating that every voice is valued and every single discussion matters.
And finally, please avoid allowing all this great talk without a required output. The solution is easy. Require that final, agreed-upon answer from the square phase. This is what transforms the talk from just a simple exchange into a task with a tangible outcome. It creates clear evidence of learning.
So, we'll end right where we started, with this question. Think, pair, share, square isn't just another teaching strategy. It's a fundamental shift. It creates a culture where every student has the time, the structure, and the expectation to think, to speak, and to be heard. So what could that change in your classroom?